Yo, what's good? What's good, everyone? Welcome, welcome. Welcome. I imagine you guys are all doing well. You guys had fun through CPI. I swear I learned something new in CPI every day. I mean, every CPI. But for now, I mean, we're just longing. I really wanted some lows before we longed. Just one more low, but I mean, we ended up just longing super hard. Let's see, indices as well, heading towards those previous areas of liquidity. Dow right here as well. Want to see some longs on Dow. So everything just really long super hard. And DXY shorted. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do just a top-down analysis on everything, and then we'll just go from there. Welcome everyone. Like I said, oh man, it is November 14th, 7:10 here in Utah. It is 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see. 8 Celsius. Morning. Alright guys, here we are. Previous year's revenue accumulation. Okay. If we don't go long from this imbalance, then honestly I do see us targeting this low right here. Yeah. But first I'd be looking here. Yeah, I want to see what happens when we trade into this imbalance here on the right. Right there. We'll see what happens when we get into this imbalance right there. But that's my next objective, is that low. In terms of this week though, I'm not gonna lie, my objective was this previous weekly high. Right? Like my objective was that previous weekly high, and we didn't get that before we shorted. So new objective is gonna be 104,420. 104,420. Hold on, let me put that, because I haven't even looked at the charts or anything until this morning. I back tested a little bit on Sunday, but I honestly did not look at the charts at all yesterday. It was really nice. It was really nice, guys. For anybody who asking, it was fucking amazing. I haven't done that in a really long time. And so give me one sec as I journal this with you guys. I want to make sure my journal's all good. Okay, I'm adding this to my journal here for my weekly objective. Maybe I'll do it on the daily. Looks a little better on the daily right there. Right there. Boom. This week we're bullish. Okay, so looking at shorts for 104,420. Okay, and then for NASDAQ. But yeah, like I said, that was my initial objective right up there, that previous weekly high, and then some shorts, or maybe even a continuation to the upside to get these highs. Again, none of those really came about, so we just continue pushing towards the downside. We rated the lows and respecting these previous areas of distribution, which I forgot to mark out, but let me mark it out for you guys. This guy right here, this gap right there, this gap right here, and this gap right here. All those get my attention in terms of areas of interest. On a weekly perspective, not much gaps. Yeah, not much gaps on a weekly perspective. I don't anticipate an accumulation to happen below these lows, honestly. I just think we're gonna get more longs. I mean more shorts. At this point, the way that we're printing. Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, again, I wanted previous weekly high. I wanted to eventually see these highs, but we're not getting any of those, it looks like. Before we went long on EU, similar to DXY, I want to see that previous weekly low. We didn't get that. We got previous daily low. And then we went long. Okay. And then we went long. Got all these targets. We traded into this previous area of distribution. Again, I really don't see us slowing down. If we do, these are previous areas of distribution that we can, you know, potentially get a reaction from. Give me 1 second. The music's fucking loud. Okay, these are some previous areas of distribution that we can, you know, have a retracement from. But overall, I'm just looking for more longs into these highs. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I had a yawn. Okay. So indices, balanced price range on NASDAQ from this low. There's a nice gap there that we traded into as well from that low. And you guys can see on a weekly perspective, we're just looking for more upside liquidity. I didn't really think that we were going to... Oh, no, wait. That is my weekly objective right there. It remains my weekly objective right there. So really just looking at more upside on indices for 115.855.50 and yeah, indices had really nice longs this morning, but all of them came in swept a low. All of them came in swept a low, but I am looking for more upside, more into this previous area of distribution. In terms of indices, I mean, yeah, we're so far up there. I just can't look at anything but more highs up until we take this area out. So I'm still bullish until that area, and we'll see what happens there. On Dow, same thing. I'm going to move this guy and drag it out over here. This previous area of accumulation gets my attention first, which happens to be that gap, this previous area of distribution. So we'll leave those targets there on Dow. And if I had to say Dow, for me, next objective that makes sense is 3,500 flat, 35,000 flat. That's that whole level. Also 50% of that wick. So on Dow, 35,000. Okay, so now we've done our weekly objectives, right? That's still my analysis for indices. Just 1 second. One sec, my bad. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. All right, cool. All right, so daily, okay. On the daily again across the board, I was looking at previous daily lows. That previous daily low on indices, yeah, across the board, I was looking at previous daily lows, seeing if we would come back a little bit lower. Excuse me. And man, did we just completely run higher. You guys know that my question, okay, for those of you who have been my students for a while and have been studying price action with me, answer me this question. What do we ask ourselves in the higher time frames? What do we ask ourselves in the higher, when looking for higher time frame objectives? What do we ask ourselves? Where are we printing? Yep. And which direction are we printing? So now, if price is truly fractal, right, then we can treat the 4 hour like the higher time frame, right? So in which direction is this price action printing? Upside. And you guys can kind of see across the board, that previous 4 hour was bullish. All the previous 4 hour candles were bullish. Just showing us more upside objective. Right? Even though we took out that previous daily high, we still closed higher. Every single time frame can be treated as the higher time frames. Start working your way down. So yeah, I mean, again, I may not take a trade today depending on what happens. If we get some nice retracements at the open to continue going long, then cool. But besides that, I'm not really looking to short anything. Excuse me. Got another 8 minutes before the open. Question for you guys. Do you guys have an iPhone or do you have a Android? This isn't like a debate to see who has what, but that's fun and I'm curious. Apple or Android? iPhone, got Android. Please don't take this offensively, but the people that are saying Android, I kind of just like, you guys look like Android people. I'm not gonna lie. But again, I'm not meaning that in an offensive way at all. I just mean like, I don't know. You can just tell when someone's more of like an Apple person or an Android person. Yeah, like I'm not surprised. And if that sounds offensively, then I mean, I don't know why you would take that offensively. Because the reason I'm asking is because I wanted an Android. Because I just recently got the iPhone 15, but the guy really had to sell me on it. Because I went in there. What does that mean, bro? It just means like, I don't know. Androids are a little bit more technical. Yeah, like Androids are a little bit more technical. People that like to be have a little bit more control. People that don't like to be like part of the, the fucking matrix, part of the fucking ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like people that rather not follow the crowd and go with something with a little bit higher quality. Because if we're talking about it, like most Apple users only have Apple because they're following the other people that have Apple products, right? Like that's the reality of it. Most people have Apple products because that's what the majority of people have. So when I mean Android, I personally think Android has just a better quality, higher quality cameras, higher quality usage and control. You just have way more control on your Android. Plus, like that little folding phones look cool as fuck. And so I wanted a folding phone. And dude, I got sold so hard on the iPhone 15. You guys have no idea. I got sold so hard on the iPhone 15. But nah, dude, Android's all day. Like, yeah, Android's all day. All day, all day. Bro, it's just a phone. You say that, but I mean, if you run your entire business through your phone, like majority of my business is ran through my phone. So to me, it's not just a phone. Yeah, it's definitely not the same shit. I have to like highly disagree. I run my whole business through my phone, and so to me, it's not just the phone. They are sold on the brand, most of them. Most of my friends are. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to step on any toes or get any offensive or anything. I'm just saying, like, the only reason that I had my iPhone, that I got another iPhone was one, because most of my friends have iPhones. Like, and that was how the guy sold me. He's like, bro, you're gonna lead the ecosystem, and I was just like, oh shit, am I? Am I gonna leave the ecosystem right now? Damn, like I was really cautious about it. I was just like, damn, I'm gonna be able to leave like the blue text messages and the FaceTime and all that stuff. And I was just like, no, I'm not. So I got fucking sold on the iPhone 15. Plus, it was free, basically. So Verizon has this crazy deal right now. You can still go back and change it. It just have to pay a fee. You can still go back potentially, yeah, but I mean, nah. Why? Like I said, it's not, and I'm not talking down on one side from another. I'm just saying, like, the main reason, the main reason I stuck with Apple was because I got sold on the whole ecosystem thing. I didn't want to leave the ecosystem. When he said, oh, you're going to leave the ecosystem, bro, I got FOMO so hard. I FOMO'd hard. He had the Android. Right? I asked him for the Android. I forget which one it was. It's the one that folds like a book. Okay? I asked him for that Android, that one that folds like a book, like the big ass one. It's basically half an iPad. Okay, I asked him for that one, and he brings that one out, and he also brings out the iPhone 15 Pro. You know what I mean? And then he said, yeah, this guy's planning on leaving the ecosystem. And when he said that, bro, I FOMO'd so hard, and I was like, nah, never mind. I want the iPhone. He's just like, yeah, no more FaceTimes with your wife and kids and all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Give me that shit. But yeah, no, I don't see the reason to go back and change it. If I do end up wanting an Android, I'll go get an Android. But to me, Androids are just a way better quality. Just no offense to anybody else, but I used to have I'm not a big phone guy, okay? Just killing time here, but I'm not a big phone guy. Okay? I'm not a phone guy at all. And so I used to have an iPhone 8 Plus, believe it or not. Okay, listen to this. Listen to this. I used to have an iPhone 8 Plus. Okay. And then from that iPhone 8 Plus, I was at the gym and I dropped a 55-pound weight on it. Get this, get this. I dropped a 55-pound weight on this iPhone. Okay. Bro, I shit you not. I shit you guys not. The front did not crack. My front, and it landed like it was face up on the floor, and I'm on the bench and I'm doing like these fucking chest press, and I just dropped the 55-pound weight on the ground. You know what I mean? Like maybe half a foot, and it smacks the fucking top of my phone, the front screen, and the front screen does not crack. The back of it cracked, and yes, it still worked. No, that's not why I replaced it, believe it or not. I got sold on the iPhone. There was a fucking deal saying that if you return any iPhone, any condition, they'd credit you like $1,200, and man, super sold on that. I was just like, an iPhone 8? Yeah. But I'm not a huge phone guy. But now I've made it more of an investment, but yeah, I'm not a huge phone guy. Before I was running my whole business from the iPad. Now I'm running it from both the iPad and phone. It is cool though, having the iPhone and the iPad and the MacBook and like the watch and all that stuff. But it kind of sucks that when somebody calls you, you got like 5 devices ringing. It's too much. So now I only have the iPad and an iPhone and the watch. No more MacBook. But yeah, no, I left the ecosystem partially. I left part of the ecosystem. I don't have a MacBook anymore. I think they're super lacking in capabilities. They have the power, it just lacks in capabilities. It really does. And compatibility and capabilities, it lacks a lot. But I mean, the power is there. It's just, I don't know. If I have all this power but I can't use it, it's just, you just have it to have it. Yeah, that's why I went with Windows on computer. Zach says, or just get it as a business phone. I'm not at that level, Zach. I'm not at that level yet where I need to have 2 phones. One day. I'm not that popular yet. I mainly only need just a business phone. Yo, the only reason I need a phone is for the business, because I don't use phones too much. I'm not much of a phone guy. That's fucking funny. I mainly only got it for the business. It was the business that needed it. That day is today? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, it just kept going. A man says, I have a dumb phone. I use a dumb phone. A lot of people do, though, right? Like, because I mean, if you're not doing anything with your phone, it's a dumb phone. Like, in terms of, I don't know, productivity. If you're in the trading space, if you're not using your phone for productivity, then yeah. Like, for example, my phone. Well, here's a big one that I use my phone for, is my schedule. My phone helps me with my schedule. Dude, I need a schedule. Like, I have to have scheduling. You know what I mean? Yeah, like scheduling trading alerts. So for example, like I have London close as a little alarm. I have New York open as a little alarm. I have an alarm for afternoon session. I have my Google Calendar connected to it, and so it's at the same time it's like a huge planner. My whole day would be fucked if I didn't use it. Like I'm serious. Like I could not function without having like an agenda. I would miss so many calls. I would miss so many calls. Trading view alerts. For example, Apple Watch. For those of you who have a smartwatch, make sure you have your trading view on your phone. For those of you with the smartwatch, make sure you have your trading view on your phone. Have your trading view alerts on your phone, because I get them directly to my watch, and I'll just wear my watch, and then if I'm at the gym or if I'm cooking or if I'm taking the kids to school or like XYZ and my area gets hit, if my area gets hit, then I start looking at the charts. But you can just set alerts, that way you're not glued to the charts, or if you're busy, and you can still be notified when all these things hit. Sometimes when I'm like at the gym, I'll see like a stop loss hit or take profit hit, targets hit for the day, or weekly objective hit, and I'll just an alert straight to my watch. And that's honestly really convenient as well. Really, it just really depends what you use it for. But for sure, personally, I don't need a phone. Personally, I could definitely live without a phone. Business wise, my business can't live without a phone, for sure. But personally, I 100% can tell you guys, in the next 5 years, I could live without a phone. Just me, myself, and I. Because you don't know, like, so when I did have the iPhone 8, I sometimes would leave my phone at home. And dude, going out to eat with friends, all this stuff, you start really noticing who's always on their phone and who's not. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's just kind of seeing everybody doing their thing and being there, really being present, and just being with your people that you love and listening to them truly, not just being there on your phone and stuff. And that was a big change for me. That's why I'm telling you guys, like, and I know a lot of people. One of my closest friends, his name is Ozzy. I don't know if he's still on here. He's one of the people that doesn't really use his phone. He has 2 phones, one for business and then one for personal, and he's never really on his phone. And so it's really cool to see who's more present and then who's more on their phone. But yeah, for business wise, I feel like trading, let's just talk business. That includes trading. Phones are a big plus. Phones are a huge plus for your trading. Huge plus. It's super convenient to be able to manage a trade when I'm on the go. Now, that's the case now. It was super inconvenient for me my first starting 2 years having accessibility on my phone, because I would overtrade, overmanage, and just overmanage my trades. You know what I mean? Just really on top of my trades, closing out manually, and it just hindered me a lot. So back in the day, it used to really hurt the fact that I had mobile on my phone, mobile MetaTrader. But now it's so much better. Now I can purely, trade from my desktop, manage from my phone on the go. So it's really nice. We're all having like a phone discussion. It's just that this shit's dumping. I mentioned it. I just seen longs. It just didn't make sense to do anything else other than longs. And it's way too high in the range for me to go long. Way too high. If you're in from the bottom, shout out to you. If you're in from yesterday, shout out to you guys. But it's just way too high up there for me to want to go long in this range. So personally, not going long myself, but it's all I see. is longs taking place for today. Whenever I see price action, you know, take out highs like this, qualities of liquidity sweep, okay, is whenever there's going to be a liquidity run, there's usually resistance from those levels. So for example, like look how there's liquidity buildup at these highs, right? This imbalance right here. Within this imbalance, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we came, sweep all of that, and then move down. Then you got 1, 2, and then the third one comes in. So we build up this liquidity first, right? We build up this liquidity first. Whenever we're gonna reverse, look, start slowing down. Liquidity build first, liquidity sweep second. Same thing over here, right? You guys can see how liquidity sweeps have characteristics that tend to happen quite a bit. Okay, liquidity runs have these very clear objectives, and liquidity pools to the left hand side. Okay, liquidity runs are large body candles that when they run this upside liquidity, they maintain that side, right? That price delivery. Just because they took out some highs doesn't mean they're going to reverse, right? So now it took out some highs here, but it still maintained bullish price delivery despite taking out this previous high. So then you start looking above, because once we take out this liquidity right here, let's took out that high, you guys can see the very next day still closed bullish, which was yesterday. Okay, so then you start looking to the left. You got to start looking to the left in previous areas of distribution as to what we can target, right? If we're going to have a liquidity sweep, you can see, right, we came into this imbalance, and you can see as we came into this balance, 1, 2, 3 lows before we ran for the liquidity and went higher. I mean, we swept liquidity, excuse me, right? So sweep of liquidity versus run on liquidity. You have to understand both of the difference between those. Sweep of liquidity versus ran on liquidity. The characteristics are different. And maybe I'll create a video on YouTube here this weekend for you guys, or this week, sorry, for you guys, in terms of like high resistance liquidity or low resistance liquidity. I think yeah, these longs from yesterday on futures broker, it took it out, which is kind of weird. But I wanted this low either way. On my broker, this low, whoever went long yesterday, on my broker, this low is still standing. Matter of fact, on my broker, we only came into this imbalance here. So, I mean, anybody that longed yesterday and held it, I mean, shout out to you guys. Let's go look at how many times this actually happens on CPI. So, last CPI, we had news on the 12th. So, I'm not going to go to this CPI, which was this one right here. Somewhere over here. Or am I going to go to the CPI? Oh, it was on the 11th. Let's go see, actually, because I don't remember. CPI was October 12th. Okay. So October 12th, we had a nice drop. Okay. On the previous day, we had a nice drop as well. We had a short, but really, we came back and liquidated that. Let's go to indices. I want to see it, what I'm trying to see is how many times we just continue from the previous day. It's Tuesday. No, we went long, and then the CPI short. Short, but no continuation. So indices, not much of a continuation. Yep. Not much of a continuation on indices, honestly. Let's go to EU. The 12th. Yeah, on the 12th, it wasn't a continuation, but it was in the same direction. Then on September 13th, it was a continuation from... Oh, no, wait. September 13th was this one. Okay, which is the wicks. Let's go to August 10th. Yeah, this was August 10th. It was straight whips off. But it was a continuation from the previous day. Towards the end of the day, yeah. We just went long. And then continued that long. Oh, I guess it was from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. September 13th. Oh, no. August 10th. Yeah. Nothing crazy there. Not much of continuations. July 12th. Let's go there. July 12th was a continuation. Accumulation on the 11th. Continuation on the 12th. June 13th. July 12th. And then June 13th was kind of more of a continuation from the previous day. So yeah, we do kind of continue on price action from previous day on the EU. Not always, but we do sometimes get that early entry. Nasdaq hit that objective. Nasdaq hit that objective nicely. Nasdaq hit that objective super nicely. I mean, that's it. Yeah, like I said, I mean, we may get a reversal, but I don't think so. I'm more in the longs for, I'm more in the means for continuations across the board. So we did hit the objective on Nasdaq. We have failed to take out that same level on Dow, and S&P is kind of on its way. So I don't see any means for reversals. I just think we're gonna continue going long. Yeah, Nasdaq hit that nicely. I'm gonna have to set a new one for Nasdaq here soon. Probably won't do it today, but I'll do it tomorrow for sure. I'm excited for the rest of the week. Yesterday, you know, I personally did not want to trade. Put some money on the table. I had to take my wife to the airport as well. So it was just perfect. Worked out perfectly fine. Yeah, DXY. Just fucking dumping. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's gonna be the last bit of the session. Gonna be more of a short session this time, guys. 48 minutes, not bad. I just don't see any reason for me to stick around and watch price action. It's pretty. I do see us continuing the longs, and it's too high for me to go long on it. And it's not too high on this range, on the higher time frame range. It's too high on the smaller time frame, on like the days range. Right? I like to take entries in retracements, not. I like to take entries as it's retracing into my area, not as it's pulling out of my area. So anyways, I'm gonna go play some video games, eat some breakfast. I have a one-on-one here today with my boy Juan. So yeah, guys, I want you guys to have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. No trades for me this week so far. Maybe I'll end up taking a trade. I'm going to mainly wait for the afternoon session. After this 10 a.m. candle, I want to see how we end up closing. But look at the 4 hour. This 4 hour candle is about to close. 4 hour candle is about to close. Look how bullish it is. Right? Like, kind of just look at every time the 4 hour candle has closed like this. Look. Look how bullish that is. Look how bullish that is. Every time the 4 hour candle has closed like that. Look. It just continues. Right? So, if we were bearish, we would get some nice bearish candle closures. It's not the case. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Trade responsibly. Clap easy. Remember that our last New Year's stream is on the 21st. Okay, so in a week. before we end up closing out, I'm gonna be giving out away a couple one-on-ones. Okay, so make sure you guys tune in. This week I'll give out 2 one-on-ones. Next week I'll give out 2 or 3 one-on-ones. But yeah, I want to make sure that I stay in touch with you guys. I want to make sure that those of you who always tune in week after week have the opportunity to catch one of these one-on-one sessions. They're very impactful. And yeah, guys, I just want to see. One sec. Something's missing here. The daily. Why is the daily not showing on the 4 hour? I did this on purpose, but I don't remember why. Anyways. Yep. Alright, guys. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And we'll be doing a giveaway tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in. And yeah, guys. Clap easy. Trade responsibly. Don't overtrade. Don't chase the bag, remember. Allow price action to come to you. Allow these trades to come to you. You may not be a part of it now. And I tell myself that too. I'm like, damn, I'm not a part of it. But I know I will be a part of it soon enough. So keep showing up and you will eventually eat. Take care, guys. Clap easy. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.